What's up, everybody? It's another Final Thoughts Media production. Welcome into the Barbershop.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of Final Thoughts Media today with guest stars only. Today you are speaking with Karen. Please excuse the name. Up next is Mikkel. Say hi.
Hey, Mikkel.
Oh, god damn it. And Fox.
Hi there.
And sweet, precious Kaylin.
You guys sound fake as fuck right now.
Go
Damn,
fuck yourself.
man. Are you trying to be professional?
Already we are we're kind of off the rails. You could say we're kind of venomous, toxic even.
Yeah.
I guess it can make you want to shriek.
Oh god. Oh no, it's already
Oh,
Out of here like Spider-Man.
DJ
So-
Khaled.
We are reviewing Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
which they legitimately said the name of the trailer at least twice in the movie, I think.
They
They
did.
really did.
I'm
I'm surprised they went that far.
It didn't even really make sense in terms of the scene.
It didn't
Yeah, no, it
like,
didn't.
they wanted to get that in there.
Yeah, because he was just beating up on Venom in the church, and he was just like, let there be carnage. It's just like, you're speaking to one man.
Okay, can I be like Carnage advocate right here for just 5 seconds?
Do it.
Technically, let there be carnage is a play on let there be light, which is a biblical term. So technically it works for a church setting. So
Because it took place in a church.
technically speaking, it was still dumb as fuck. Don't pretend like I'm not making it. I'm still real dumb.
Fox said this was a good movie.
I did not say it was a good movie.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
It was a fun movie.
It was
It
fun.
was fun. I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Venom
Cletus
is
was
the
definitely
Fast and
much more
Furious.
of an actual character in this.
Venom was it's like the Fast and Furious of superhero movies. It's not good, but it is fun, like really fun.
No, I'd say Deadpool is the Fast and Furious.
Yo,
I
Deadpool.
wouldn't say that at all.
Deadpool's actually a
They're
good
both
movie.
good.
I'd say Deadpool is better than Venom.
Deadpool is a million times better than Venom.
You know, I'm not going to argue with you on that. But Deadpool also had much bigger budget.
I will appreciate
And
that.
Ryan Reynolds.
Venom is surprisingly more homoerotic than Deadpool.
Oh, they definitely.
Oh my god, yes, please. Them and did you watch After the Credits?
I did.
Where they're just like, they're like, did you just say you love me? Like, and this,
And then like Venom literally like brain fucked Eddie at the end there.
Jesus.
What?
He basically like he's like, I'll show.
Oh, when they were sharing the information in the hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally like, he's like, hey, I don't know if you're a little tiny human. He opened his third eye, you could say. He opened his third eye, Kayla. His third eye is open.
So I was reading a review of it, and they said that when he was going to start doing the data share, and then multiverse happened, so he didn't actually get to do the data share.
Yeah.
It just happened to coincide with, I think, what's going on in a bunch of the different universes, including Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
This is going to be great, because now technically Deadpool and Venom exist in the same universe now, since Deadpool
Oh
is-
my God, we are gonna have
You're right.
young boy Tom Holland in a scene with a character who calls people pussies.
Yeah, right? It's gonna be really interesting. And okay, I can't believe we're already getting into talk of the post-credit scene and we haven't even talked about most of the movie. But that was kind of weird when Venom just like licked the screen when the tiny boy child was on the screen.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if he wants to eat him or fuck him or be friends with him, which is pretty much their relationship.
Canonically, at this point, Spider-Man should be like 16 years
Oh
old.
no!
But
No!
you take from that what you do. You take from that all you can.
No! He is still in high school.
He's a boy child.
Oh no.
Isn't that the same thing?
Yes, Kaylin. Yes, damn. Yes,
I'm not tripping. I'm just saying.
you are kind of tripping. But
I do love how like the movie it starts with the same exact problem that we thought was solved at the end of the first movie. That was just like, yeah, we're gonna go around, we're gonna do drugs, we're gonna eat bad guys, and then Brock is just like, I want to chill at home in my fucking disaster apartment with my slime husband. And it's just like, don't eat people. And Venom's just like, I can't live, laugh, and love in these conditions. And just fucking destroys the entire house.
I did love how he named the two chickens Sonny and Cher.
I did love that as well.
So
Is there a reference to that? Because I didn't notice.
Sonny and Cher are a famous musical duo.
The singers?
Then their
Cher?
husband and wife. Sonny was the mayor of Miami for like.
Who Cher is?
Cher is a gay icon.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
And Sonny Bono was like the mayor of Miami for like a hot second.
She also hasn't aged since she hit 40.
No, true. She's still a bad bitch.
Absolutely.
But Venom. Also, Venom ran into the same problem a lot of the MCU movies run into, as in like killing your villain in like the same movie they happen in. Because like Carnage is one of those characters who should fucking stick around. He's literally a thorn in like Eddie's side constantly.
He is. Carnage was really strong in this. I did kind of feel disappointed that he died as a one-off. I was like, he plays off Venom really well, and the whole father aspect really works out because you're just like, this is a new side of Venom that he has to contend with, making more symbiote babies.
Yep, that's his biggest problem is that he's constantly getting pregnant.
Constantly getting pregnant with that child support.
He sees Carnage is like, fuck man, I can't pay this child support.
Venom's like Nick Cannon. He's just making babies.
Yep.
So, like, Fox, you might know this.
Go ahead.
The symbiote, like, the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Is the colors, like, a ranking system of how
No. It's random as fuck. Carnage only exists because it's just blood. Like, it's literally just like a blood thing. Like, the colors do not matter at all.
So why did
it's like in the movie, he's like, that's a red one. We gotta fucking leave. Happy marriage to the couple. We're going out of here.
There is only one in the comics. There's only one symbiote where the color actually has something to do with it.
So why did Venom freak out when he saw Carnage?
You
said that is a red one.
Probably it was bigger than him.
It kind of feels like there should have been a meeting between the two before the chapel meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should have been.
For a movie called Let There Be Carnage, there's not a lot of Venom versus Carnage.
True.
It takes them a while to get together. By that point, that's the final scene. That's the final fight. So that whole like Carnage versus Venom dynamic, it's in that like 4 minutes, and that 4 minutes is like great. But then after that, you don't get anything, which is kind of disappointing.
This movie is like 1/4 action and then like 3/4 like buddy comments. I
wouldn't even say buddy because they're not together for a while.
Yeah, it's just them longing for each other.
In fact, I'd say that honestly, I think the movie is saved by both Woody Harrelson and Shriek's actress because without them, I don't think this movie would be as good as the first one.
I do gotta say, Woody Harrelson really, after he fought them on getting him a good wig.
Yeah.
He did really good. I really liked him in Shriek. I kind of wish we would have got more of them.
Like,
can I say something?
Go for it.
That is, I like Carnage in this movie. That is not how fucking Carnage is in the comics.
Describe.
Carnage is just in the comics is just an unabashed sociopath. Like, he doesn't have a tragic backstory. He doesn't have like a sad story. Like, Shriek and him were in a relationship in the comics, but like he was just an unabashed serial killer. Like, he burned down the orphanage he was in with all the kids in it.
Ooh.
He killed like a whole bunch of people. So like, yeah, no, he wasn't like a tortured soul. He was legitimately a terrible fucking person.
But here's the thing, though. I do think that Clevis Cletus. I do think that Cletus, a lot of what he says is, the whole biased narrator sort of thing. Because, like, he will blatantly, like, fuck with people. Like, with Eddie, he's like, I wanted a family. And then he's like, I wanted to be your friend. And it's like, he's fucking crazy. You can't believe anything he says.
True, but I sort of, at least I think narratively, they were trying to make us think that he was telling the truth, because the story was on the outside that he did kill them on as a sociopath.
It didn't work. I wasn't convinced.
You weren't convinced by Cletus?
Not really.
I think the problem is they introduced that way too late. And after that, you get that super cool, like, thing with him and
the storyboarding. Yeah, that was really nice.
Really, really cool.
I love that.
So, like, at that point, you're just kind of like, I just like him as an unrepentant bastard. Like, that's just like.
Also, speaking about things that don't make sense, the fact that Cletus had, like, all of those clues blatantly drawn over the entirety of his jail cell.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
I was like, I can't believe someone figured it out, even though I drew the exact shoreline that hasn't changed in 100 years. And somebody went there with a Google Images search and found all the bodies that I conveniently stored in a single location.
Also, another thing that made no sense is, why did Shriek all of a sudden turn on Cletus?
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah, because she said, Cletus, this is too much.
Oh, when he was attacking...
Yeah, that made no sense.
When he was attacking Anna.
Yeah.
Venom says it different than Eddie does.
Yeah. It didn't hurt. I feel like her heel turn made no sense.
Absolutely none. Because she was fucking on board. She was crazy horny for the strange tentacle demon and Cletus. And I love that about her. And she's tall as shit. And she was the one who kidnapped Anna to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah, that heel turn on her part made absolutely no sense.
None at all.
But,
It was alright.
Okay.
It was alright.
Very constructive criticism from Kaylin Jordania over here.
It was alright.
Like, the reaction that I got when, they got reunited, when he broke into the hospital to get her, was how like, we all hoped Anne would respond.
Yeah.
Is like, you wish she would be, like, super on board, like, yeah, things will be wild as shit from here on out, but I'm about it. And Anne's like, I'm out. Yeah, there's a weird demon alien in you. That's fine. What?
But she wants to live a normal life. What are you talking about? Of course she's out.
Kaylin, have you seen hentai? Do you know the possibilities?
Girl, if you don't get out my face with that foolishness.
I'm just saying what we're all thinking.
That woman is trying to live her life without all of that mess.
Even the count says I have a point.
She was on board.
Karen
she's engaged.
Karen just wants tentacle sex. Let's just be honest.
No tentacle sex for you.
I can't deny what humanity needs. Okay.
The heart wants to.
The heart.
I kind of wish we got to see more of She-Venom, like her in the actual Venom symbiote, because that was hot in the first movie.
Yeah, I feel like they made her, like, very skinny Venom in this one. When like, do you get it? Like, we only got to see, like, half a frame of her.
Yeah. We didn't get to see any freaking Venom biddies.
It's true. It's true. They cropped that camera in right where they knew we were going to be looking.
Because we taste. That's the reason you're a virgin, but we're the horniest is because we've tasted the sweet satisfaction, Caitlin, and you just gotta get more.
Okay.
Sweet summer child, Caitlin.
We love you, Caitlin.
Right.
But yeah, this movie was good. It wasn't good. It was fun. But there were just narrative choices that made no fucking sense.
I just wish
Yeah.
they would have.
Did you really come into this movie expecting anything like that made sense?
I mean, here's the one thing that constantly makes me come back is that Venom is the best director's commentary. I fucking love him in the background 24/7.
Yeah, I do.
He is always great.
I feel like he hyped, like, whenever Venom has to give his commentary, which is pretty much every time.
Every second of the day.
It kind of elevates this movie into why I like it so much. It's just like
I did laugh when she showed the wedding ring and you just hear him screaming like, no!
Yeah.
No!
I also
that was funny.
One thing I did love was Tom Hardy's like character acting when he's finally alone in his thoughts with no Venom and he's just lying on the floor of his house. That was so real. That was just like that person who's had just the most horrible, roughest day who finally gets to lay in their bed and be at peace.
And doesn't even bother to lay in the bed.
No, just like lies down wherever and is just perfectly content for 5 seconds
like,
until everything.
Cleaning up his apartment. He's fixing stuff, and he's like, finally, I can get my life back together. And then the second he needs to like get stuff done for work, he's like, oh my god, where's Venom? And he starts like imitating his voice.
Yeah, no, that was. They loved each other. They are an odd couple.
They have to have fucked at least once.
There's actually, oh my god, just a little side bit as comic fan.
You knew what this was, bro.
You know what this was, Chris?
You knew what this was.
So side bit, there's this the current artist, well not the current, the previous artist of Venom, Ryan Stegman. Somebody asked him on Twitter, was like,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
And he's like, what happens when Eddie gets a boner? The artist was like, the symbiote takes care of it. Yeah. That's where the webbing comes from.
Okay.
No! He doesn't have webbing.
Shut the fuck out.
He doesn't have it yet. Do you think he's gonna get that from the multiverse interaction?
Oh my god, if he gets webbing from meeting Spider-Man, that would be so... Oh my god. So there's supposed to be, in No Way Home, there's supposed to be some version of the Sinister Six. What if just Venom just walks out of nowhere? He's like, hi guys. And he just gets roped into being a member of the Sinister Six.
Well, this was already the best movie ever made.
I mean, Mikkel and I were already talking about how there are some canons where Venom is just like, hey, Sinister Six, or hey, other villain, you're telling me that Spider-Man evil? I believe. Let's go eat Spider-Man. And that's it. That's all it takes.
It's funny. Like, in the comic books, when Venom first appeared, Venom was not a bad guy. Venom just wanted to kill a Spider-Man. That was literally it. Like, he was actually kind of a good person. Like, he was in a fight with Spider-Man, and he noticed there was like this car about to go off a bridge, and Venom literally like jumped and saved the people in the car. He's like, "Are you okay?"
Are you sure he didn't want to make sure that there was nobody in there so he could throw the car?
No, I'm positive he was trying to save them. He was like he was funny. There was this thing where a child fell and he was about to fall and he grabbed the child and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Are you sure he wasn't planning to throw the child at Spider-Man?
Kalen, no, I'm positive. He's a good person.
I'm going to put dirt in his eye.
Yeah, like Bully McGuire. That's how it was with the symbiote. That's how Bully McGuire even started with the symbiote.
That is how Bully McGuire became from the symbiote.
And Venom is like a whole symbiote. So
I hate Spider-Man 3 with such a passion.
You have no reason to hate Spider-Man 3.
That movie.
You have no reason.
That movie sucks rocks, Kalen.
You have no reason to hate it.
None
at
bad.
all. You just want to hate it for the sake of hating it.
I want to hate it for the sake of hating it.
That's a good ass movie.
You're a liar.
That is the best Spider-Man movie. That's a damn lie. And Spider-Man 2 is the best. But my point is, you have no reason.
The best Spider-Man movie is Into the Spider-Verse.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No. Spider-Man 2 is the best.
Kalen, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Have you heard the soundtrack, my dude?
It's just better. animation is just superior.
Dr. Octopus tried to recreate the sun.
Dr. Octopus in Into the Spider-Verse was a MILF. That automatically wins.
Dr. Octopus
True.
threw Spider-Man into a train.
Kalen, you can't fight. He brought the milk card.
You can't fight the MILF card, Kalen.
What part of Dr. Octopus threw Spider-Man into a train do you not understand?
That just means she's
Into the Spider-Verse,
powerful, and that doesn't decrease the milk meter. In fact, it increases it.
She tried to strap Peter to a chair and like stripped him naked. That was pretty hot.
Dr. Octopus got his ass beat by Aunt May. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Pulled up with the knife in the back, and Aunt May was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!"
Shame on you.
They made his life there because he was straight up about to shank Spider-Man. He really pulled the old knife in the back trick. He's like, "I got 4 arms, and one of them's gonna be a knife." God, I fucking love that movie, but I still.
Oh, God. There was something else about that.
Peter Parker after Harry Osborn told him not to hurt Peter.
Why would the butler not just tell Harry? Why would the butler just not tell Harry? You see, the person that you literally raised spiraled down.
Okay. Technically, let's be honest. Technically, with the whole multiverse and Tobey Maguire coming back for Spider-Man, this is on topic.
We're not talking about this. We're talking about Venom.
Kalen, it all matters now. Kalen, it all matters now.
Right.
Every single. Oh, here's the question: do you think they'll put Drake Bell in as a Spider-Man?
No.
Not
after what's happened.
No.
I can't believe you even think of that character. Come on now.
Well, Mikkel was talking about it.
Yeah, he was the voice of Spider-Man.
I was scared.
But no, he's not.
That's definitely not going to happen.
I'm just so happy. I'm so excited for Venom to just like awkwardly stumble into the plot of No Way Home.
We don't even know if that'll happen.
That's gonna happen.
That'd be funny as shit.
That's literally the scene.
Like
the end
walk on screen in the background, look around, be like kind of confused, and be like, "Oh, that one. That's the one I need."
He's like, he's just gonna see everybody fighting Peter and be like, oh, I guess I gotta do this now too. He's just doing it because everybody else is doing it. He's like, oh, this looks fun.
Yes.
He's just gonna start beating up on. He's like, who the heck are you? I don't know, but I gotta eat you now.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Is, do you think that the symbiotes across universes have the hive mind?
That would be cool.
Do you feel like that's why Venom was excited to see Spider-Man? Maybe there's a symbiote that has at least seen him in his current universe?
Yeah, he did act like he knew.
Yeah, right?
Here's why I don't. I mean, I have no. In the comic books, they're not connected over universes.
Do you think they give a shit about that?
Kalen, if you would let me finish my thought, I was going to say I don't know how they're going to do it in the movies. I'm just using the comics as a... Kalen, I know they don't care about the comics and the movies. I'm just saying I'm using it as a frame of reference. As like a jumping off point.
Alright.
So...
Because I feel like they're setting it up. I feel like in addition to like there maybe being like the hive mind goes across universes thing, I feel like there's other stuff that they're changing. Like, obviously, I think that they're trying to do, like, the tiers. Like, black symbiotes are the lowest tier, and then, like, gray and red are above them. I feel like that's a difference that they might go forward with.
We're doing power levels. This is going to be Dragon Ball Z. They're going to do power levels.
I'm so offended by what you just said.
Well, Venom did say he was a loser on his own home planet. Maybe it's because he was, like, the lowest level of acknowledged symbiote.
Here's the thing. In the comic books, all symbiotes are black. Other than like the spawns of Venom.
Really?
Yeah, they're all black.
But then why in the movie does he say that's a red one? We gotta go.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Because
it doesn't matter.
Because
if they would have had one more scene together, that would have. I don't know why.
I think because it freaked him out. It probably freaked him out because he had never seen one like that before.
He said
also,
that is a red one.
I absolutely hate that there was not like a conversation of Brock being like, so when were you gonna tell me you were pregnant?
No, let's run it back to that whole red thing. He said that is a red one.
Probably
he said it like he knew what a red one was. And
no, he didn't.
To fuck with
I don't think he did.
He literally said that is a red one.
The red one. He was like,
probably saw it because it looked bigger than him and scarier than him.
He said that is a red one. He didn't say he's red.
Here's the thing. That was so bad to him that he went back.
He went back inside. That's when the Hulk wouldn't come out.
He knew that red ones apparently are ones not to fuck with. So that's my thing.
He went back inside Eddie's butthole.
Oh, shut up.
The venom is stored in the butthole.
So yeah, like, what's the deal with the red ones? What they got going on that the black ones don't?
Kalen, I don't know. I don't know what plot they're using for the movies. I'm just telling you, in the comic books, there is only all symbiotes are black unless they are offsprings of the main symbiote of Venom.
And that's another thing. Well, I guess since this is the movies, it doesn't really matter since we're not using the comics as a reference.
But go ask your question.
Like, by that logic, then he would know, like, oh shit, that's mine. Because it's a different color. Hey. Don't you mess with my screen.
I'm not messing with your screen, big boy.
Big boy.
But, so basically the only time the color of the symbiote has ever mattered in the comics was there was a version of the symbiote that was like an offshoot, kinda, called Anti-Venom, which is Venom just like inverted, where it was more white with black stripes and black with white stripes, and it could like heal all diseases.
Oh.
So it's the vaccine then.
Yeah, actually, kind of, yeah.
Like Rock was born by Flash Thompson.
Yeah, I kept seeing that name in some places, and I was like,
so,
who that?
So, okay, Eddie Brock was anti-Venom before he was anti-Venom while Flash Thompson was Venom. Yeah, like that was the entire time Flash Thompson was Venom.
Flash.
What's his name? Eddie was anti-Venom because Eddie had gone through cancer and Eddie had cancer. It was real. It really fucked him up. And I'm pretty sure the anti-Venom symbiote healed him.
Flash.
Wait, so Venom? Wait, was this a time where they were separated?
There was a time where they were separated. Yeah.
And is that when he got cancer?
Yeah, I think. Well, there was this whole arc where Eddie had cancer, so he sold the symbiote for money.
What?
No. What happened was he got cancer.
He sold Venom?
Then what happened is he got religion.
That's not what happened.
Oh no.
That's exactly what happened.
That is not what happened.
That's what happened. He got religion.
That's not what happened.
That's totally what happened.
I find it extremely hard to believe that Eddie Brock would sell Venom to anybody.
No, he did, and it was sold at at an auction where they were selling off supervillain memorabilia, and this son of this this really like Weasley son of a mobster bought the symbiote so he could be tough for his dad, and then the Venom symbiote literally like the guy was literally jumping off a building to like chase after Spider-Man, and the symbiote literally left him in midair for him to fall to his death.
Oh my gosh.
And then the symbiote got captured by Shield, and they used it, and then Norman used it to attach to Matt Garkin, who was the Scorpion, and Scorpion was Venom for a while. And yeah, that was a whole thing. And then that was when Venom just was like a straight up serial killer. And
I find it extremely hard to believe that if Eddie Brock got cancer, Venom would not cure it.
I don't know, because I mean, the whole curing thing wasn't as strong as it was in the comic books early on. But yeah, it was a real bad time for Eddie. And in recent things, we found out that like Eddie had a kid. Because like in the comic books, that Anne character, she commits suicide.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have trigger warning for the word suicide. But yeah, she does, because she bonds with the symbiote, and it leaves her, but like whenever she looks in the mirror, she only sees the symbiote, and it like drives her insane. But it was retconned in is that she was also pregnant at the time, and she left the baby with Eddie's dad and then killed herself.
The comics be wild ones sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was, but like no. Also, when the symbiote bonded with her, like between Eddie, it was very much played off as like a sexual thing.
That's Hollywood for you.
That's comics for you, dude. Big difference. But yeah, no, it was, yeah. She doesn't need, she is the mother of Eddie's baby though, and we meet like Eddie's kid and
he got religion.
He didn't. Will you shut up? Will you hush?
I mean, sure.
He's contractually obligated to not shut up.
That's true. He is literally a chaos bomb.
So deal with it.
Damn it. Fine. Whatever. But no. I don't know where they're going. Obviously, so Venom exists in the MCU now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least for the time being.
At least for the time being, before they put him before Kevin Feige's like, we used you for this movie. You're going back. And Doctor Strange sends him through a fucking portal.
I would hate that. I'd be so pissed off, but it seems like this movie is starting to become too powerful.
Yeah.
I worry about that small boy.
You know,
all these possibilities. This shit is gonna get overwhelming.
Yeah, it's good. It becomes the singularity.
Like, we all thought Avengers was supposed to be ambitious.
Yeah, like Avengers.
This is out of control.
We thought Avengers Endgame was gonna be the greatest. It was like gonna be the wildest movie of all time.
It's not anymore. It's not.
Well, that movie did have Black Panther. This does not. But. But what I was gonna say. It's funny because this just reminds me. I don't know if you guys ever saw the interview that the joint interview between Amy Pascal, the former like head of Sony like Pictures, and Kevin Feige, where they were like they were talking, they were asking questions, and they were like, "So is Venom happening in the MCU?" And Amy Pascal's like, "Yeah," and Kevin Feige's like, "What?" He doesn't say anything, but like the look in his eyes is like, we never agreed to that. He looks purely shocked by her answer. But so I mean technically it does not take place in the MCU, it takes place in the Sony MCU. But that just reminds me of how great because his face from that turned into a reaction meme.
Oh boy.
Because he was genuinely shocked by her answer. Because, like, he knew this movie was going to be fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, no. I don't know what No Way Home is going to be like.
I don't either.
You know what? Part of me's kind of hoping that Tom Hardy stays in the MCU. Like, that character, Venom, stays in the MCU. Because I cannot wait to see what this big lug of, like, Venom is like with this tiny man-child Spider-Man.
I'm just extremely concerned.
I'm very excited.
It's just like Venom can like curse and do his own thing when he's like in his own little universe, but when he's part of the MCU, I'm just so scared that he's just gonna be number 243 on the roster and will end up as a background character. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why part of me thinks like at the end of No Way Home they're just gonna put him back.
He needs to go back. He was happy on an island.
It's true. That, you know what? That's actually a whole arc. There was where Peter realized he's like, I need to end my confrontation with Venom. So what he does, he literally freezes Venom, like dry freezes him, puts him on a plane, and they go to an island. And they have their final battle on an island, and Peter just mainly leaves him there. And it's called Venom Island. And it's a whole arc. And then he went back to it recently for like a final battle with Carnage. But yeah, no. So technically, Venom being stuck on an island with Eddie is like a technical whole thing.
Here's my thing: is that what is it? No Way Home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No Way Home.
Is that it seems like it is very much so focused about, Peter Parker and him having a public identity now and him trying to navigate his relationships and then meeting up with Doctor Strange and being like, well, what happens if I reverse everything? No, wait, I don't want to do that. And then something happens.
Chaos happens. Venom happens. I cannot. I like for at least one movie. I can't wait to see the reaction. I can't wait to see their interaction. It's gonna be fun. It's whatever happens, even if it's just for like 5 minutes. It's gonna be fun as heck.
I don't know how big their interactions are gonna be because it seems to be a very Spider-Man centric sort of thing about like the journey of Peter Parker being a public figure.
Yeah,
that seems to be it, and it just got me scared.
I want to see the Venom symbiote attached to Peter for at least a minute. I want to see what the MCU symbiote Spider-Man costume looks like.
He puts people's dirt in their eyes. He puts dirt.
He would put dirt in their eyes, though.
He would put dirt in their eyes.
Go up to Aunt May and be like, finish it.
You know, all three of the Spider-Mans are gonna do the dance.
Oh my God, Tom Hardy Venom's gonna hit on Aunt May. Because MCU Aunt May is really hot.
He would. He would.
So.
He would.
You don't wait. No, you don't think MCU Aunt May is hot?
Not really.
What the fuck? I am
they keep making her younger. It's they made her old as shit for so long, and now they're just every movie makes her younger and younger.
Sally Field was hot too.
Who in the hell is that, Bob?
What?
Who in the hell is Sally Fields?
That was the woman who played her in Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, you're talking actual
any characters from Amazing Spider-Man other than Spider-Man and Gwen. That's it. I don't remember anybody else.
I liked Amazing Spider-Man.
I'm not saying it was a bad movie.
I
can't remember it.
The fight with Lizard through the school was so much fun. That was one of my favorite Stan Lee cameos, where Stan Lee is just like, "Oh, did you guys notice the Stan Lee cameo in this?"
Oh, the magazine falling down.
Yep.
In Miss Chin's style. Yep.
I love Miss Chin too.
I'm really surprised that Venom being attached to her for several hours didn't kill her.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was confused about.
That was such a. I love him getting. He's like, we should eat her. No, no, we can't eat her. He was just
also,
so ready.
A thing that I really, really liked is that like it's the relationship when they're apart is like classic, like just like me and Mikkel being apart from each other is like, like we get to go do our own thing and then like we turn around and like the other person isn't there to share it with, and you can really feel it when he's in the club and he's like, I wish you could have seen me tonight, Eddie. And it's just like that's the same thing. It's like I'm here at home and I'm just like, oh, I wish I could show this to Mikkel. He's not here.
When the symbiote said, I came out of the Eddie closets, I was like, yes. Yes.
If he would have just taken, yeah. It's so close.
Also, that rapper was a legitimate rapper.
Oh, absolutely. I thought she was going to start doing the Eminem Venom rap. She was getting on beat for it, And I was just like, are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get a cover of the Venom rap?
Yeah, no, that's
like,
her. Her name's Lil Sims. She's fantastic. She's a fantastic musician.
Yeah, she was great. I really liked her.
I've listened to her music before. Like even before this, I know about her. She's really good. I didn't know she was gonna be in the movie till like 2 days ago, but yeah. Apparently, she really loved the first movie, and she like wrote a song about it.
And she got to perform that song in it?
What?
Is that the song she performed in it?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm like, I don't think the ending credits theme song hit as well as the first one.
True. I was waiting for it. It was just kind of like a bunch of Rorschachs. I don't even remember the ending song.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But we all remembered Venom.
God, that was so bad.
No,
It was great.
They ain't gonna know what hit them.
Venom.
Appreciate it.
It's funny because Eminem is legitimate comic book head.
Not, but the devil.
He loves comic books. Like Eminem. I don't know if you guys ever have seen it, but there is a free comic book you can find online just about anywhere of Venom. I'm sorry, of Eminem and Punisher team up comic. It's real bad. It's a real bad comic book.
Damn. What superpower does Eminem have?
Eminem doesn't have a superpower. He's just
there.
He's just in a really weird, like, he just gets in, like, the middle of, like, a Punisher adventure and just, like, bumbles his way through it, kind of. It's very weird. But,
So what are we gonna rate this movie?
yeah, what would we rate this movie?
I'm already looking for places where I can watch it again. So y'all know. I would say, even with all of its problems, it's a strong 8 for me.
I would rate it a 6.9. I'm just kidding. I'm going to rate it. I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. Because there was yes, I know it's Venom. We shouldn't care about plot holes, blah, 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 blah. There was just some narrative parts of it that just made no sense. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
That's fair. I'd give it a 7 too.
What about you, Mikkel?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
I think I'd give it an 8 if it had more Venom versus Carnage action.
Yeah. So I guess it's like a 7.25 amongst all 4 of us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good. I'm looking for places to watch it, but they're all like really bad websites. That'll give me a million viruses and destroy my internet history, along with it'll blast my cache into outer space.
Cash blasting. Sounds inappropriate. Okay. Anyways.
Jesus.
You
knew what this was, Chris.
Yeah, he
anyways,
has to do something with very little guidance and said to create content.
Yep.
So this is what we got. I thought I had any sort of handle on it. I didn't from the beginning, and I never planned to.
We literally put 4 chaotic neutral people to talk about one of the most chaotic superhero movies of all time. You knew what was going to happen, Chris.
And Chris, just so you know.
Talking.
Yeah, that's true.
This is Chris's format. I don't know what kind of structure you were talking about, Karen, but this is how it goes. Yeah.
Well, at least there was some kind of structure. They knew who we were. They knew what we were reviewing. We did our shit, and we gave it a rating out of 10. You know, that's kind of a structure, right?
Did you think there wouldn't be any?
I thought it was just gonna be absolute bullshit from start to finish.
Nah.
Okay, we should probably like sign off in some sort of manner, guys.
How do we sign off? What's the tagline? How does he sign off?
Chris, you know what to do with this shit. Handle it the way you handle it. We're out.
Bye, everybody. Let there be carnage. Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
All right. Well, as you can see, I kept my promise. I've got a double feature coming here. Weren't they fun, you guys? I'm thinking about continuing that type of segment and again, still calling it the barbershop for reasons that, if you ever been to a barbershop, you know why. A lot of talking, a lot of crap talking, a lot of conversations, a lot of things that, get going on. So, between that friend group, another friend group, and another friend group, I've got a couple of friend groups that I can probably pull from. Anytime that I have guest groups, we're going to call it the barbershop. We're entering the barbershop. But right now, I know why you guys came here. We're going back to our original story. I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while. If you've checked my Instagram, which is like 99% of the time where I put all of my information and my updates and all that other stuff, you'll see that I was having something going on and I really had to take care of it. But everything's okay now. And right now I'm back. I'm not going to say that I'm going to stick with this schedule due to the fact that every time I decide to, life decides to throw a wrench at me. So I'm not going to say that. But for now, I'm going to attempt to stick with this schedule. At least one every 2 weeks, hopefully one a week. Regardless, we're going to get some new stuff coming in. Like I said, we've got the new shows because I'm starting to get close to the end of the shows that I've been reviewing. Other than that, it's getting close to Halloween. I'm hoping that this isn't my Halloween one, but if it is, happy Halloween. Either way, what am I going to think? I think I'm going as like Static. I got to buy a costume and, those are expensive. But other than that, everything else has been going pretty well. Life has been going well. I took a lot of, irritants out of my life right now, so I'm not having to try and fight emotions and things like that. Work is actually going pretty well recently. Like I said, still have some stuff there, but other than that, what you gonna do? Every place has its faults. All right. Well, let's get started, shall we? You'll have to forgive the background. Again, I'm washing clothes and cooking food and all that fun stuff. I actually cooked some real spaghetti this weekend, and so it was a lot of fun. I think I might post up a picture of the pot later after this. But for right now, like I said, we're about to get into it, and right now we're reviewing My Pride, episode 5, called Escape. It is a 2020 production made by Tribal of Doom, and it is 12 minutes and 20 seconds long. Producers are Davin Leginel, IPF and Ontario Creates. The cast for this one is Momo O'Brien as Nothing, Morgan Ganal as Hover, Sarah Moscato as Fire, Raven Amato as Feather, Caleb Calderon as Fire. I may have done that twice, and I don't remember who Caleb Calderon is. My bad. Helen O'Connor as Power Strike, Massey Mahan as Farley, Izzy Sack as Silent Stock, Anthony Castillo as Quickmane, Chris O'Bray as Proud, Matt Maccabee as Ghost, Moon Kitty as Sister 1, and Pet Peeves as Sister 2. Again, that whole Fire thing, I probably, Sarah Moscato was probably the voice of Fire when he was younger, so let me go ahead and just take that out real quick, because I use a template that does have most of their names on there, so I might put it in twice, not thinking about it. The movie description is like last time: an epic tale of darkness and hardship will determine the fate of these 3 cubs as they traverse life as children in a harsh world. I really need to change that because now it is going away from that and going towards just nothing. So it's more like an epic tale of light and darkness and hardship will determine the fate of Nothing as she traverses life in a very harsh and religious world. I think I'm going to go with that one now. I'm going to change that later. The word of this week is still ableism, discrimination and prejudice against individuals with disabilities. And we start where we left off with nothing protecting Feather from a very aggressive ghost. Ghost being the name of the lion, not an actual ghost for all you ghouls out there. Quickmane ends up coming in with his huntresses, and they all stand as one against what they see to be an attacker. However, when the fight is done, the dysfunction continues with nothing being reprimanded. Scare tactics are used and physical violence ensues as Quickmane anger rises. In his defense, nothing did actually leave his children unattended and brought his son into a somewhat dangerous situation. But Quickmane's still an ass. But again, if you bring my son around a bunch of no-mains or around a bunch of people that actually want to take my job and my life, yeah, I'm gonna be pretty pissed, not gonna lie. Quickmane finally decides to kill Nothing, but is stopped when rain begins to pour. It is exclaimed that it is the dry season, so rain should not be coming down. This meaning that the goddesses have gotten involved, and Quickmane, still in fear of the goddesses' wrath, stops. But in spite of this, he decides to go off and find Fire to kill him in Nothing's place. Nothing pleads for someone to help her save her brother, but no one is really willing. She asks her mother, and that leads into a very confusing conversation. Not that it's really hard to follow, but that there's a lot of emotion behind it, and it's like, man, if you look at both sides, you can see both sides, but you can still see how this is pretty bad. Her mother says that she does love them both, but Fire is a no-main now. He has to figure life out on his own, which, a lot of parents, if you've ever watched this or you all understand, after a while, you guys have to just let your kids do what they do because that's their life. And her expectations for Nothing makes her feel weak, and weak is one thing a pride lioness can never be. This is ableism at its finest. Again, she's saying you could have been a hunts chief, but the way that things are going, the way that things have gone, I can't look at you. You make me feel weak, and I can't be that. We then get a conversation between Hover, who is now Long Run, and about how actions have consequences. Nothing's choice to go see Fire has started really all of this, and Hover's really done with it. She tells her that she broke a promise and she needs to figure this whole mess out on her own. While I agree that Nothing's choice really did lead to all of this, I do believe that Hover was a bit harsh with her. But again, it's main character, plot armor type thing. You're gonna feel bad for her. But I truly do agree that this was important to Hover, and this was essentially her throwing her life away so that her and Nothing can be together in the way that they want, or the way that Nothing wanted to be. And Nothing shouldn't have played with that. Shouldn't have played with the time at all. This is a very emotional couple of scenes with her mother and Hover. So, man, I really can't say anything bad about this so far. Nothing goes out after Quickmane, only to find him dead. Proud then scares Nothing into telling her where the cubs are and the lionesses are. She pleads for her life by explaining the curse, and he does not agree to keep her in the Pride, but he does agree to let her go and tell the Pride he killed her. Honestly, it makes me really not like Nothing, and only in the sense I'm like, you really just destroyed your family again. No, not destroy, but change the dynamic again by telling them where all these guys are, and instead of just taking it, saying, hey, I'm not gonna sell out my family, you pretty much did. But the last thing, which really humanized this situation, was when Proud said to Nothing that this wasn't personal, and that it's just what a no-main has to do to survive, and to let Fire know that that's what this was. I will 100% admit that this system is messed up and that I feel bad for all involved. Like, all involved. Even Quickmane, who you guys know I adamantly don't like. But I do feel bad because this is the way of their land. While nothing is out looking for fire, Feather shows up and shows up to apologize for all the trouble that he caused. He wants to take nothing back to the sister step so he can explain what was going on, and so that way no one is in trouble. Instead of telling him all that just happened, Nothing uses Feather's ego to help him and her escape. Like, hey, I know you're good at tracking. I'm trying to find my brother. Could you help me? He's like, yeah, I'm great at hunting, this, that, and the other. Feather doesn't understand what is going on when they have to go past a certain point and ask a lot of questions before he finally finds his resolve. He asks nothing if they will ever return, and she says she doesn't know, but just to trust her. Reluctantly, he agrees, and they run off into the rain, ending the episode. Honestly, that was a really good episode. My final thoughts on it: very emotionally charged, very fast-paced and forwarding of the story. What I would give it an 8.5. Almost a 9. Honestly, I might even just straight up give it a 9. I think I will. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to change my rating again. I'm going to give it a 9 because this was really, really good. I truly do enjoy this episode. And this is where shit hit the fan. And honestly, I love it. I really do. It was a good episode. Man, I want to give it a higher score. No. There were some. It was a little too fast. Not gonna lie. There were some parts that it was just like, why? Why was this fast? Also, this the back and forth between like fire and nothing at the end kind of. It was a little wonky, but again, nothing that I would ever say that this was a bad episode. So I'm gonna stick with my 9. Other than that, I kept my promise, y'all. This is the end of the double feature. Thank you for staying with me this far in, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Well, that about does it for this episode. This is Chris B signing off. You can find me on Instagram at Final Thoughts Media, or go to my YouTube channel, Final Thoughts Media. Catch you guys on the next episode, and have a great day on purpose.